Dear students, as we all know, civilization of mankind began with cooking. Therefore, heating plays a primary role in our day-to-day life. Numerous heating methods have been employed on different types of foods. Although the existing methods they are widely practiced seems to be time-consuming. In today's fast world, upgraded microwave technology has rendered a helping hand by being a quick heating method. Microwave ovens are becoming an indispensable part of present kitchens all over the world. Not only in domestic cooking, but also the microwave processing has stepped into industrial applications like baking, drying, roasting, blanching and popping. Apart from food processing, microwaves are also used in the field of communication, remote sensing, where they find wider use. Objective of this lecture is to explain about microwave, dielectric heating, microwave interaction with food materials, and to interpret the processing and preservation effect of microwaves on foods. How does heating take place? There are three modes of heat transfer, namely conduction, convection and radiation, in which radiation energy is utilized by microwaves to generate heat. Speaking about an electromagnetic spectrum, which explains the wide range of frequencies as longer and shorter waves. Gamma radiation, X-ray and ultraviolet radiation are shorter waves, whereas infrared, microwave and radio waves are longer waves. Now, let us detail about microwaves. Microwaves are a form of electromagnetic radiation that falls on the frequency between 300 MHz and 300 GHz with wavelengths ranging from 1 mm to 1 meter. Do you know we can only employ a microwave frequency of 915 MHz for commercial purpose and 2450 MHz for domestic purpose. Microwaves are always confined in an alternating electric and magnetic field around them. Coming to the principle of microwave heating. The heating mechanism in microwave is known as dielectric heating. This involves two principles. The first one is ionic polarization. As soon as the microwaves absorbed by the food materials containing loads of ion which oscillates back and forth under the influence of microwave radiation, this collision causes the collision of the charged particles with adjacent molecules and atoms, which are ultimately responsible for generation of heat energy. And the second principle is dipole rotation. We all know that food materials contain water as a major and basic component. Since water is a dipolar molecule containing two hydrogen atoms being more positive and single negative oxygen atom are oriented randomly. When an electromagnetic field is applied, the water molecules orient themselves according to the polarity of the charge. This molecular rotation creates friction with the bounded medium, leads to heat generation. The polarity changes to 0.45 billion cycles per second at 2450 MHz frequencies. Now, let us see how the microwaves are generated. For that, first we should know the components of microwave oven. The microwave oven consists of a magnetron, a waveguide, a stirrer and cooking chamber. The high energy microwaves are generated by magnetron, then pass through the waveguide, diverted by stirrer, then reflect off the metal walls, finally penetrate into the food material. Magnetron is a vacuum tube commonly used for microwave source generation in domestic and industrial applications. The interaction between a stream of electrons and a magnetic field while passing through in an open cavity which converts the electrical energy into microwave. The microwave generated from the magnetron is passing through a rectangular metal tube called waveguide. which regulates microwave, then through stirrer, which directs the wave to the cooking chamber for uniform heating. The waveguide prevents direct exposure between spattered food and magnetron. The oven door is a glass panel with microwave-proof mesh with holes to prevent the microwave radiation to pass through. In the cooking chamber, turntable is attached which rotates the food products for even exposure of microwaves. Before entering into the microwave heating, let us know what happens in conventional heating. In conventional heating, conduction and convection are the modes of heat transfer, and it transfers the heat energy slowly from the surface to the inner core of the food material, whereas in microwave heating, radiation is the mode of heat transfer, and due to dielectric heating, the inner part of the material heated instantly and rapidly, and most of the moisture vaporized with very short duration. Hence, the heat travels towards the outer surface of the food material. Without packaging, processed food products will not end up. Hence, let us see the packaging materials for microwave foods. To achieve maximum heat generation, we have to utilize maximum microwaves. So, the selection of packaging material is important, and that should provide effective microwave heating, safe and easy handling, should not melt, should not react with food material, should not affect the flavor and color of food. So, the microwavable material must be made from non-metal and should not have metallic coating. Also, we should avoid the metal containers. Due to its heat conductivity, they reflect the microwave that cause damage to the magnetron, and many plastic materials are heat sensitive and cannot withstand the higher temperature. Hence, the following materials are highly recommended for microwave heating. Materials like glass and ceramic are highly suitable and microwave safe because they are transparent and it can withstand high temperature. The quality of glass is important because the micro air bubbles may be present in the glass that may lead to breakage of glass when it is heating. Ceramic materials made of silica, clay, dolomite, kaolin and feldspar are highly advisable. Also, paper and paper boards alone will not be suitable for microwave heating. Hence, the paper board is coated with polymer to gain structural rigidity and sealability to make suitable for microwave heating. Polyethylene terephthalate and polypropylene coated paper boards are widely used in microwave heating. In the case of plastic materials, foamed polystyrene material is highly recommended for microwave heating due to its thermal stability and heat resistance properties. Crystallized polyester withstands up to 230 degrees Celsius and has good oxygen barrier capacity, and polypropylene materials are suitable for high moist foods. Multiple layers of polypropylene and polyethylene terephthalate is used to provide rigidity and moisture barrier property and could withstand temperature between 70 and 120 degrees Celsius. Let us discuss about the interaction of microwave with food components. Domestic and industrial application of microwaves are wider today. So, we need to understand the interaction between microwaves and food components such as water, carbohydrates, proteins, lipids and minerals. Water and minerals are important component in all food materials. The interaction of microwave with water and ionic salt is heavy due to its dielectric heating. Water selectively absorbs the energy, and due to its high heat capacity, it heats the material. Mineral ion present in food generates heat due to ionic polarization. Once the solid reaches the saturated level, ionic conductivities are limited. The presence of sugar and carbohydrate increases dielectric heating effect. Hydroxyl groups of sugar and carbohydrates forms hydrogen bonds and undergoes dipolar rotation, hence increases the heat energy. Generally, proteins gets denatured due to the heat with structural modification. The rate of denaturation depends on the heating time and temperature. The nutritive value of protein is comparable with conventional heating methods, whereas lipid including saturated and unsaturated fatty acid and triglycerides undergoes thermolytic and oxidative reactions when exposed to heat in the presence of oxygen. The stability of lipids in microwave heating results in significant chemical modification. Most of the vitamins are retained during microwave heating. The retention capacity depends on the size, shape of the material, cooking time and temperature. Shorter heating time of microwaves retains water-soluble vitamins such as B and C, and the retention capacity is comparatively better than conventional heating methods. Now, let us analyze the factors affecting microwave heating. The frequency of microwave is very important here. In food processing, 915, the interaction of microwave with water and ionic salt is heavy due to its dielectric heating. Water selectively absorbs the energy and due to its high heat capacity, it heats the material. Mineral ion present in food generates heat due to ionic polarization. Once the solid reaches the saturated level, ionic conductivities are limited. The presence of sugar and carbohydrate increases dielectric heating effect. Hydroxyl groups of sugar and carbohydrates forms hydrogen bonds and undergoes dipolar rotation, hence increases the heat energy. Generally, proteins gets denatured due to the heat with structural modification. The rate of denaturation depends on the heating time and temperature. The nutritive value of protein is comparable with conventional heating methods, whereas lipid including saturated and unsaturated fatty acid and microwaves. The third factor is moisture content. In high moist foods, the initial moisture content influences the dielectric properties of the food material and influences the penetration depth of microwaves. High moisture food leads to non-uniform heating due to its less penetration depth. Low moisture food generate uniform heating with high penetration depth of microwaves. And size is the last factor. While analyzing the size, heat generated in irregular shaped food material is non-uniform due to its uneven thickness. The surface to volume ratio of the food material enhances the rate of heating. A spherical shaped food material generates even and more heat than the slab shape. Any emerging technology becomes successful only when it is best utilized through commercial application. Let us discuss about the applications of microwave in food processing. The most important characteristics of microwave heating of food is volumetric heating and rapid increase in temperature. Microwave heating has wide range of applications in food processing like baking, sterilization, pasteurization, drying, thawing, tempering, roasting, blanching and popping. Microwave baking and cooking. Baking is an important dry heat cooking process with significant physiochemical changes in dough. This involves physical and biochemical changes such as gelatinization of starch, denaturation of protein, browning reaction, expansion of volume, formation of crust, etc. In contrast to the conventional microwave baking, the fast inactivation of enzyme occurs due to instantaneous and volumetric heating, which prevents the extensive breakdown of starch and sufficient carbon dioxide development, hence results in high porous product. The ingredients such as salt, sugar, leavening agent and amino acids and its interaction with water are important factor for its dielectric properties. Microwave baking retains quality and nutritive value when compared to the conventional baking. The rapid elevation in temperature reduces the processing time and energy. The biscuits are highly suitable for microwave baking due to its good moisture profile. When coming to the microwave pasteurization and sterilization, these are the most common techniques implemented in commercially processed foods. To minimize the thermal damage in liquid food materials, high temperature, short time process is highly preferred. This microwave treatment increases the shelf life of food materials with keeping qualities and rapid destruction of bacterial vegetative cells in pasteurization and in sterilization process. The wave pasteurization is a volumetric, uniform and rapid heating technology when compared to the conventional methods. Microwave pasteurization was found to be suitable for inactivation of E. coli in apple juice, and continuous flow was applicable to attain good microbial and sensory quality in milk. The next application part is microwave drying. Drying is an important and traditional method of food preservation. The dry hot air in contact with food material due to its moisture and temperature gradient. The moisture present in the food is slowly moves towards the surface of the material and removed as vapor. This process continues until it reaches the storage moisture level of the food materials. The possible adverse effect of drying in conventional method is case hardening. During drying, due to temperature gradient, hard skin layer forms on the surface of the food material is called case hardening, which reduces the moisture movement towards the outer surface of the material. Hence, it slows down the drying rate. The homogeneous, uniform, volumetric heating and less moisture gradient avoid the case hardening effect in food materials during microwave heating. The microwave energy produces many vapor bubbles, leads to significant loss in volatile aroma. This could be rectified by using vacuum conditions and in combination with freeze drying techniques. These combined techniques are suitable for heat sensitive materials to improve the quality parameters. Coming to microwave roasting. Roasting process enhances flavor of food material when treated with dry hot temperature through caramelization and Maillard browning on the surface of the food material. While roasting coffee, light green beans are slowly turned into dark brown where lot of chemical changes occurs. Antioxidant activity and caffeine content is better when comparing to the conventional roasting methods. Hence, it is most suitable for coffee. And in sunflower seed, there is no significant loss of tocopherol and polyunsaturated fatty acids were recorded. When speaking about microwave blanching, it is an important process in fruit and vegetable industry. Blanching reduces the initial microbial load and may also release carotenoids and make them more extractable and bioavailable. The microwave blanching minimizes the unwanted changes in color, texture, leaching losses and flavor nutrient loss. The polyphenol oxidase is inactivated in short time period as compared to conventional heating, whereas less browning and highest antioxidant concentration was observed in microwave blanching. The center part of the food material heated quickly even for irregular shapes and thickness due to its volumetric heating. The quality of final product is improved by reducing process time. Microwave thawing and tempering is an important application in frozen food processing. Thawing or tempering is essential for frozen material for further processing. Frozen fruit juice preserved in barrels, meat is preserved as slab, and fruit and vegetable are preserved in bags and boxes. In conventional thawing process, bacterial growth is obviously increased in the surface of the food material in thawing process. The microwave generates heat inside the food material, hence reduced thawing time, appearance, texture of the product, reduced bacterial load, minimum wastage is achieved. Today, popped products are the best alternate for deep fat fried products. Also, these are ready to eat and low moist food products. In popping, the microwave generates rapid and rigorous internal heating in the food kernel. The rate of heat transfer is very high in the interior of the food particle, which undergoes structural changes and causes effective popping. Let us see about the advantages of microwave heating. The heating generates high temperature inside the food product than in the surface, which enhances uniform cooking. Microwave heating generates volumetric and uniform heating, best suitable for versatile applications. The quality of the processed product, flavor enhancement and microbial control are possible in microwave heating. The microwave's generated instantaneous heat intensifies the process, hence saving time and energy. If any new technology is adopted, risk is an additional factor. So, we have to follow the safety regulations. For microwave heating, the two permitted microwave frequencies are 915 MHz for industrial applications and 2450 MHz for domestic applications. Apart from frequency usage, concerning the safety regulation, the maximum exposure or absorption of microwave for human working in the microwave environment and maximum emission or leakage in the microwave equipment are important. Let us summarize this lecture with few important points. The microwaves are an electromagnetic radiation in the frequency between 300 MHz and 300 GHz with wavelengths ranging from 1 mm to 1 meter. The permissible frequency for commercial and domestic application of microwave is 915 MHz and 2450 MHz respectively. The principle involving in microwave heating is ionic polarization and dipole rotation. The microwave generates instant, uniform and volumetric heating. The frequency, dielectric properties, moisture content and the size of the food material influences the microwave heating. Glass, ceramic, specific polymeric materials are used in microwave heating. Metal and metal coated containers should not be used in microwave processing. In contrast with conventional heating, the volumetric and rapid heat is generated inside the food material and moves towards the surface of the material. Microwave interaction with water molecules and salt present in the food materials. The hydroxyl group in the sugars enhances the dielectric heating process. Microwave has versatile applications in baking, cooking, pasteurization, sterilization, roasting, blanching, thawing, tempering and popping. The two important safety aspects to humans are maximum exposure and maximum emission or leakage from the microwave equipment. Thank you.